they pulled you into the office, did you know what way it was going, or did you have an inkling, or what was that like?
No, I didn't really know which way it was going. They told me like 5 minutes before they went in the office. I didn't really have much time to prepare, but I really didn't have any idea.
Excited? I mean, you've been through this before. I mean, is it like that first time, or is it different? What are kind of the motions?
Yeah, it's similar to the first time. A lot different scenario than the first time, but the first time was a little earlier than this, and so this is new going into camp, and but I'm excited and I'm happy how things played out.
How do you feel like you've played in camp? Do you feel like it's been a continuation of the spring? Do you feel like you've elevated anything?
Yeah, I thought I had a really good camp. I felt really good coming out of spring ball as well, and we worked really hard over the summer, and I think that showed off in camp, and I think we'll just keep this thing rolling.
What are the conversations like with Jason afterwards? I mean, is that, you guys are friends, obviously, and Brad said you guys are pretty close, but what's that like, that dynamic as you kind of go forward?
Nothing's changed. Jason's handled it really well. I think I've handled it really well. This is two personal issues, and when we're together, nothing's really changed, and I'm happy for that.
Who do you call first to share the news after you find
I
out?
called pretty much put all my family members in a big group chat, so all of them at one time.
How do you feel about your chemistry with running backs, the top running backs and receivers, especially with a couple of them, Allen Thomas, Shaden Blue, dealing with some injuries?
Yeah, next man up. I think they've both handled that really well, both those groups. Next man up when one person isn't practicing, they take it personal, and it's their time to shine. And I think both of those groups, like I said, have handled that really well, and there hasn't seemed to be much pushback from one group to the next.
At what age did you start playing football? Were you always a quarterback?
Yeah, pretty young, 6, 7. I don't know. Whenever you can start flag football, and yeah, I've always played quarterback. I played running back 1 year in 6th grade, but that was about it.
And who helped you, like growing up? Who helped coach you and mold your game?
Yeah, I've never really had a quarterback coach per se. I spent a lot of time working with my dad. He was really been my only coach, personal wise, since that age, and just kept it that way ever since.
He's a tech alum. He went here knowing that. How cool is it that you're going to be starting quarterback here?
It's wild. I've only had 2 days to really think about that, but I'm sure that'll sink in at some point, and I don't really know how to put that into words.
Does that decision allow you to relax a little bit now, kind of take some weight off of your shoulders going forward in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, for sure. This whole camp, I've really taken the mindset that I'm the guy. Whether that was before I got the official nod or whatever, but now I've changed that mentality to thinking I'm the guy, and now knowing I'm the guy, and really taking that leadership role, and I felt that I've done that really well these past couple of days, and that'll continue to grow.
Brad said that your success throwing downfield and accuracy, it's probably upped how many attempts you guys will do per quarter. Possibly is that kind of music to a quarterback's ears when you've convinced him to sort of maybe open it up more a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. We certainly have the receiving core to go downfield, attack the ball downfield, and I think the way we're balancing our offense right now, it allows for plays to be made down the field, and I think we'll take fully advantage of that.
And what's that relationship kind of grown like? I mean, you said you've never had a quarterback coach, and you've never had an offensive coordinator that wasn't your quarterback coach. Now with him kind of being able to work with you one-on-one, how's that helped you, and what's that been like?
It's helped a ton. It's helped a ton more on the field than in the meeting room. Tebow has a lot going on the field. He's calling the plays. He's working with the tight ends, and having somebody separate that is just as involved as Tebow is in the offense to really go in depth of what he saw versus what I saw is, very monumental in the moment, because you can think about it a lot and go back in the meetings and have a different thought, but seconds after the play you can go have this conversation about it. It really helps.
We always hear about quarterbacks picking up a new offense, and you had to do that here. How long does that take? And you feel comfortable, completely comfortable in this offense? Is there still stuff you're figuring out right now?
I do feel comfortable. I felt comfortable coming out of the spring in this offense. We worked a lot over the summer on just verbiage and signals and all that. and that helped a lot in camp. In the spring it was a new offense. I don't think anybody looks at it as a new offense anymore. This is our offense, and we've put a lot of hours out there working on these verbiages and these signals, and I think everybody's handled it really well.
Brad said you kind of gave yourself a head start in the competition by learning it quickly. Is that just study, or is it having a knack for it? Like, what helped you sort of pick it up, quickly?
I don't really know. I was in the playbook a lot in the spring. A lot of the same schemes were I was familiar with, and that helped a lot. And I learn very quick on the field. I'm not a very good notebook learner guy, so once I got on the field in the spring, it kind of came a lot quicker, and that really helped.
Is there any area you feel like you've improved a lot since the spring?
Yeah, just not forcing things. That's one thing coming out of last year. I knew I had to focus on the off season, and just getting completions. Your coach says it all the time. You never go broke making a profit, and whether it's a 3-yard gain or a 60-yard gain, completions are really all that matters.
How has Coach Glenn helped you kind of slow down and not force stuff?
He's helped a lot. In this new offense, it's hard to force things, mainly because you don't really know where guys are going in the spring, and that's really what I focus on in the spring. And now that I have a full grasp of this offense, I know where I can force some things and maybe squeeze some balls in, and that's really helped.
Does Coach Glenn have a lot of those little sayings?
We have a lot of sayings. We have a lot of little reminders going on.
Does he have any other good ones off the top of your head?
None I can say right now. No, I was going to say that right.
How much has your past starting experience helped you think, one, take the job, and secondly, kind of your approach as you adapt, obviously, to a new offense and competing at the Power 5 level?
Yeah, experience is one of those things that you can't really practice. We can be out here for 23 hours a day, but there's nothing going to compare like, the first snap of live game. And, I have 2 years under my belt of, Division I college football, and, that can only help going into the season.